We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. And for the first time in a while, I'm not running a solo show today. I think it's the first time since Nick's last show. I actually have a partner today, and today we bring in Terry Edelman. Why are we bringing in Terry? You've got two jerseys behind you, and I'm wearing a hockey jersey. You know what that means, right? Hockey started today. And I figured, hey, opening night, let's get somebody who really knows hockey, because this will be the first year that I'm capping it solo on the site for myself. Because for the last couple of years, Nick controlled it. So I'm excited to actually get involved with it this year and kind of it be all my place. But Terry's been capping hockey for a while, and he knows his stuff. So I figured, hey, bring Terry on. But Terry, hockey season, you ready for it?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. Opening night. 3 games, which, like I said on my show earlier, I think it's a good number. I think if you had 15 games on opening night, I think that would just be too much. So I think 3 games is pretty perfect, and I've got plays in all 3. So we'll be going through those.
Yeah, I probably have a little bit too many plays today too. But yeah, we got 3 games today. We got 4 games tomorrow in hockey. And then you got your big card on Thursday that has 4, 8, 10, 14 teams playing on Thursday. That'll be the first big card. But today we got 3, kind of a nice dip your toe in. Before we jump into it, we'll say hi to IceX. Deja vu.
Long time no see, IceX.
Yeah, that's weird. I remember watching Terry I saw him a couple minutes ago on his own channel. But no, before we jump into hockey though, because I know you still have a team in the playoffs. Lucky you. But we have some playoff baseball we'll talk about as well. The first game on it is the Mariners and the Tigers. We got Logan Gilbert taking on Jack Flaherty. Mariners are minus 135, 7.5 total. Terry, I'll let you start off because I know you might be a little bit more brief because I know you deep a lot more into hockey today. Any thoughts on the Mariners and the Tigers?
I do have more. I have a play I'll be giving out in the next game. And this one here, this one's tough. I'm kind of leaning with the Mariners. I think getting that win in the last game was incredibly important. And I do think that they're the favorite for a reason. But minus 135, I'm not really interested there. And then didn't get to any player props. Both of these teams throughout the season were not teams that I really targeted for player props. Of course, Cal Braley home run was a good play, but he doesn't have very good numbers in this game. So Gilbert on the mound for the Mariners, Flaherty for Detroit. The guys who have had success here are mostly Detroit batters, so you could look at that. J.P. Crawford has done really well. 3 for 5 against Flaherty, 2 doubles. So, but only getting 1 base recently, so not a whole lot of success. Ultimately, this one is just a game that's being played, but no plays for me on it.
That's fair. I did take Seattle today. I took them on the run line. That was plus 132. I kind of called it in game number 2. I said everybody was penciling in Tigers to win Scooble start, and I took Seattle. So that was not a nice winner there. The only player prop I really can look at in this game, because I know I did this for the first series with Cleveland and Detroit, because when Cleveland played Detroit, it was 3 righties in a row for Cleveland. And the Detroit Tigers have the 3rd highest strikeout rate against righties at 24.5% during the regular season. I looked towards Logan Gilbert, but his strikeout prop is 6.5 at minus 115. And in a playoff series that you could easily see some short leashes, I decided to stay away from it. Although I do trust Logan Gilbert to get to that number. But the only thing I got involved with this one is Seattle on the run line. I can understand going after Julio props or Cal Raleigh props, but for me, I only just took the Seattle run line in this game. We got some comments in the TikTok, which LJ is saying no Josh Naylor today. Is he injured? I did not notice that, so that's interesting to know. Hello, it's me is asking Jay's money line. We'll talk about that one in a minute. Alex, appreciate you following the TikTok. And Parquet is saying, I got the Pens money line and Boston money line. What do you think? Pens, I'm going to be against. We'll talk about them in a little bit. And Boston, I don't know. I don't know who Boston's playing tonight. I don't think
probably
Boston team.
tomorrow.
I was about to say I don't think Boston's playing tonight. So there you got that. Josh Naylor, his wife had a baby. He did not travel with the team. I don't like that very much. Interesting. Arctic Tiger in TikTok saying Vladimir and Reinhardt looks good. Is Vladimir a player on, I'm guessing, Florida? Am I missing something?
I think he's maybe talking about Vladdy.
Unless you're talking about baseball, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. possibility.
Yeah, he's probably talking about Vladdy Guerrero Jr. and then Sam Reinhart for hockey.
Yeah, I like Vladdy today. That's fine. Although I'm not going to go after that. No, I don't speak Spanish. Boston's tomorrow. That's correct. Chicago wins today. I think so. I kind of like that. We'll talk about the Blackhawks in a little bit. Somebody says Yankees win. No. And then somebody says 0 momentum, and the Yankees are 1-4 with Rodon last 5. And he was talking about Vladdy. Oh, sure. Yeah. We'll actually go ahead and get to that. We'll go ahead and get to that Blue Jays game. Actually, sorry, there's 2 YouTube people. Isaacs is saying no spoilers. Okay. Let's go to Blue Jays Yankees. I know you're a Blue Jays fan. You actually got your team still in the playoffs. Blue Jays coming off of probably the 2 most dominant wins I've seen all year from them. In a stretch of there was like a stretch of like 8 or 9 innings that the Blue Jays outscored the Yankees 20-0, which was absolutely fantastic. And I loved Savage last game, but we've talked about him already. We got Shane Bieber and Carlos Rodon. I do have a side and a player prop, but Terry, I'll let you go first again because it's your Blue Jays.
Yeah, and it was almost not my Blue Jays anymore. I tried to distance myself from the Blue Jays.
Like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, after how the postseason has gone, the last couple seasons, how the trajectory of the team was going. I was one of those people that hated the front office. Mm-hmm. But I'm having to eat my words because things have just completely changed with the organization. And it does start with Trey Savage. If only we could just have 5 Trey Savages and then that would just be great. But no, I still like Shane Bieber, of course, a veteran. He's been there. He's done that. I think it made sense to have him here on this first road start. But if you watch the baseball preview show on the Picks and Parleys channel, I did say that I think Toronto goes to the World Series. I thought they were going to face Philadelphia. I'm not so sure about that anymore, but this Blue Jays team, there's just a path for them to get there. I don't think they're going to dominate the Yankees in this game like they have the last 2 games. But my favorite play in this game is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 1.5 bases, which I got for plus 125. Vladdy loves playing the Yankees. And a lot of people thought, well, maybe he could join the Yankees. And then obviously he would play in that ballpark a lot more. And he loves to play in New York. But he doesn't want to play for New York. He loves to play against New York. And obviously got that contract extension starting next year. But boy, yes, it's only 2 playoff games. But if he's going to continue to play this way throughout the playoffs, he's worth every penny that he's making. 6 bases in back-to-back games so far. Back-to-back games with a home run as well. Of course, the grand slam in the last game. And 10 for 17 against Rodon with 3 doubles and a home run. Plus 125 for Vladdy over 1.5 bases is just a must play here for me in this game.
I like it. I personally didn't touch any Blue Jay player props. I did take a Yankee player prop, and it was Carlos Rodon. I took him under his strikeouts. The Toronto Blue Jays have the second lowest strikeout rate versus left-handed pitching this year. The only team that had a lower one was the San Diego Padres. And whoops. But the Blue Jays in general just do not strike out. And in a time where, especially in the playoffs, especially if the Yankees start to go down a little bit or Rodon gets a little bit of trouble, quick leash, especially in the playoffs, because especially in an elimination game, I could definitely see Rodon going 3-4 innings if he gets into a little bit of trouble, and all of a sudden he's got 2 strikeouts and that's it, because the Blue Jays do not strike out. I also took the Blue Jays to finish off the series. I got them up plus 138 on the money line. So I did take those 2. I could see myself adding Vladdy. He's been red hot. The Grand Slam was just poetic. Love to see it.
The bat flip.
I saw so many cinematic things with the Blue Jays. By the way, I'm all in on the Blue Jays now. Savage needs a ring, and we need to see a trade day in the World Series. But anyways, Blue Jays and Rodon under his strikeouts for me, and Terry's going to take Vladdy over his bases, not strikeouts. Bases.
Over 1.5 bases. I will mention 2 other players that I didn't mention. Dalton Varsho.
Yes.
They're all talking about Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and for good reason with how he played so far in the series. But Dalton Varsho has quietly went under the radar as well. He has multiple bases in 5 of his last 6 games, 12 bases in the game, his last one. And he's had some success against Rodon, 2 for 6 with a double. And then George Springer, who's red hot as well. He's had success against Rodon. Bear with me for a second. He is 4 for 11 against him with 2 home runs. So, and he had 6 bases in the last game. So Rodon could be in trouble here because some of these Toronto bats just happen to be the bats that are hot right now, and they also have had success against Rodon. So I like your under strikeout prop because it could be a rough go for him here in this one.
I like it. No YouTube chat, but boy, this TikTok chat is going off. One person saying, "I love NHL. I'm from Venezuela." That's wow. Hey, going overseas. I like it. Or South America. Reinhardt goal has been consistent. He was very consistent last year. Did he sign a big contract?
Right after he won the cup last year.
Heard.
Or the year before, yeah. So he's signed long term.
Gotcha.
Most of the Florida Panthers players are signed long term.
Heard. LJ saying Blue Jays are super hot right now. It's nuts. They have been. Zach saying got McKinnon boost at over 2.5 shots at even money. I will say I have a Nathan McKinnon prop myself. You obviously see it in the TikTok chat. You see my card right now. So Shane Bieber for 6 strikeouts. Here's the deal with strikeout props in the playoffs right now. With very, very quick leashes, I don't know if I can necessarily trust strikeout props. Although Bieber should go decently into the game. Mariners over 2.5 runs. I hope so, considering I have them to cover a run line. And then somebody asked for Bieber strikeouts again. Once again, it's hard for me to do player props in the playoffs because short leashes. So, wow, let's head to why Terry's here today. And we've got the NHL. We got the Panthers hoisting their cup last year and the year before. They're hosting their banner tonight. They're minus 285 with a total of 5.5. And I know that I'm going to quickly mention line movement. I know you're not the biggest on line movement and all that stuff. But this line opened up north of minus 300 for the Panthers. And since then, it's dropped all the way to 285. And you're starting to even see lower numbers now to 280 area for the Panthers. And and I'm going to mention money and stuff too. That's with all the money coming in on the Panthers. And all everything's coming in on the Panthers, and the line's moving the opposite direction. But I'll go quick because I'm gonna kind of give my plays, and I'll let you kind of break it down for yourself too. For me, I'm on the Blackhawks to start off the year. I took them plus 1.5 at -113. I think that they're going to be able to keep this one close. Maybe even get an overtime game to start the year. I think that could be very interesting. I took Connor Bedard over a point. I got -120 on that. I could see Bedard getting on the scorecard in his first game. I think he could possibly have a big year. I know Terry hates Bedard, but that's not the point. I think he could possibly have a decent year, like, I don't know, 70 points, 75 points, something in that range. And I think he gets one tonight because I think that they could score in the first period. I took their first period team total over a half as well. So I think that Chicago gets out early. And I think that this can easily be a 3-3 game into overtime. So I took Chicago first period, Bedard point, and the Blackhawks plus 1.5. Terry, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, first off, I don't hate Bedard personally. What I don't like is the fact that he's compared to Connor McDavid. And he's not shown that he's on that level whatsoever, but I will not get into a Bedard rant here in this one. If you like the Chicago Blackhawks, Connor Bedard to get a point is a great play. Obviously, he's their best player, top line, top power play, -120 to get a point. Another player I would look at is Frank Nazar as well. Another good young player on the second line to get a point. I believe he's plus money. And then if you're looking at Chicago and you want to back them, I would do it early in that first period. I think the Panthers probably come out slow here early on. But this is the two-time champs against the team that I have last in my power rankings. Yes, the Panthers do have some injuries here. With Matthew Tkachuk won't be playing for a few months. Barkov could possibly be out the entire season, if not all the regular season. But the Panthers have guys that can step up. I think they win this game, but obviously at -285, I'm just not getting involved with that. I will take Brad Marchand anytime goal at +220 in this one. He's on the top line with Verhaeghe and Sam Bennett. I expect Marchand to step up here for this Panthers team. And then also he is on the top power play as well. So top power play, top line, +220 to score here is a play for me. Chicago's still not announced their goaltender yet. It will be Sergei Bobrovsky starting for the Florida Panthers. Spencer Knight is projected to be the number one in Chicago. He should be. And obviously would be facing his former team. But he has not been confirmed yet. So we'll have to see what happens with that.
Ooh, Spencer Knight revenge game. I'm listening.
That's a possibility.
He is currently projected. And there is safe props for him of 28.5. So
yeah, Florida's always been a team that shoots the puck a ton. So I could see looking at his over on the props.
Over 28.5 saves could be interesting.
Yeah, so revenge, he could be fantastic here and steal this game for Chicago against his former team and just have a huge first game. Or the Panthers players that know him and know his tendencies could absolutely light him up. It's just there's possibilities there. So I could see it going either way. I think Florida gets the job done later on in the game, probably starts off a bit slow.
Fair enough. Once again, YouTube chat's kind of quiet, but TikTok chat's popping off. Bryson asks, should I put money on the Blue Jays? I have it's written right here. I'm on the Blue Jays. Yes. And the Panthers drafted Spencer Knight revenge game. Somebody mentioned that in the chat. There you go. Iceman following the TikTok. Appreciate it. Maystash is saying, no Tkachuk, no Barkov, Spencer Knight revenge game. Give me the Hawks on an upset 2-1 Hawks. Yes, I like that. I'm on the Hawks plus 1.5. I wouldn't mind. I might take the overtime prop too. What do you think of the total? I mean, I could see this one going 3-3 in overtime, so I would kind of lean towards an under. Terry, any thoughts on the total?
3-3, you mean over, yeah. Very heavy over history with these two teams. 5 of the last 6 between them have gone over 5.5, and 8 of the last 10. So yeah, I do. But then again, if you like Spencer Knight to have a huge game here, and if he's only going to hold the Hawks, or if he's only going to hold the Panthers to 1 or 2 goals, then this game's staying under. So it depends on if you like Knight to have a good game. If he does start, obviously we expect him to start, but hasn't been confirmed yet.
There's props on him for DK. I feel like that kind of tells us that he's going to start, but who knows?
They were the props were out the day before last, so yeah, no, we'll have to see. He's expected to start. He should start, but they haven't confirmed it yet, so we'll see.
Hazmat saying you like the Avalanche win? Yes. What about over for that game? I could see an over in that game.
We'll get there.
We'll get to that game. Detroit and the Mariners. I like Seattle. It's on the top of the screen. Seattle run line. Yankees over 3.5 runs. They could theoretically. The Yankee game could easily be a 7-6 type of game. But I'm gonna go. I'm on Toronto. Could be 10 goals. Could be 3. So hard to bet opening day. You're right. This could be a 6-4 Blackhawks game, or it could be a 2-1. We never know. Panarin Point. We'll talk about the Rangers in just a second. Yankees and Toronto over 7.5. I could see it. And you like Carter over 2.5 shots on goal. I'm guessing that's for Hagee. Yeah. I could see him getting over 2.5 shots. Keep in mind, I might actually look towards Spencer Knight over save. So I'm going to expect the the Panthers to be shooting. I got the Rangers and Pens under 6.5. We'll talk about that game next. And then Patty's saying over in the Hawks game. Once again, this game could end 6-5 or 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised with either one. And now we got a bunch of people in the YouTube chat too. Hey Tim, hey Terry, what's up, Robert? They might want to share the points. Maybe. They just took off Bobrovsky for they took off a bunch of save props, unless my DraftKings is being stupid. Yeah, right now the only save props are in the Avalanche game and Spencer Knight. Interesting. Florida team total over and the over. Bedard over 1.5 points. Sure, why not? I got him over 1 point, but sure. And Nazar point plus 131. I know you mentioned Nazar. It's a dope jersey. Blackhawks jersey. Sam Rizzo assist.
Yeah, he's one of their the Chicago Blackhawks. Something to keep in mind too is 5 of their 6 defensemen are pretty much young rookies. So they have their defense is incredibly young. But Rinzel, I believe, is supposed to be quarterbacking the top power play. So plus 200 is a good look. If you like the Blackhawks power play to get some success, that's a good look.
Sam Bennett goal.
Never a bad look, especially being on the top line now.
Never a bad look. Night props are available on FanDuel. Yeah, they're available on DK2. It's 28.5. I have a feeling I'm going to end. I probably shouldn't add it because I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plays tonight in 3 games for hockey. I think I should probably just leave that one off my card. But let's keep on rolling. We got the Rangers and the Penguins up next. The Rangers to minus 230, 6.5 total. I know you don't like the Penguins this year. I saw your power rankings on it. I'll be quick with mine. I took the Rangers today. This is, and once again, I'll look at the line move in this one because I believe this line opened up around the minus 200 range, and it's up to 230. Yeah, it opened up at 200, 205 area. Now it's up in the 230s. So, and with the money coming in the way it is, I do like the Rangers in this game. I took them over one. I took them minus 1.5. And I took Adam Fox over an assist. Last year, he had 51 assists, which was one of the higher amounts for defensemen. So I'm going to take Adam Fox to get an assist in this one. And the Rangers puck line. Those are the 2 plays I got in this game. Terry, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mentioned on my show, I really like your Adam Fox assist prop. -110. If this was a game happening in January, that would be -150. That would not be -110. We will get value with player props, especially early on in the season. You're going to get a ton of value, and I see the same thing with Adam Fox every year. He starts around this price at -110, and then ends up being -150, especially when he goes on these big streaks. So I definitely like the value there. Yes, I'm not high on this Penguins team. Now, are they really going to be that bottom 3 team this year, or is Crosby going to keep them afloat? Is Crosby going to play the entire season with the Pittsburgh Penguins? That's been rumors for years. He's turned them down.
I don't see him getting traded. I
He
really
says,
don't.
yeah, he said that he wants to stay.
Does he have
But
is there no trade clause in NHL?
players have them. Players have if Pittsburgh does move Sidney Crosby, he's going to have a full say. They will not just trade him to whoever.
Yeah.
If he says yes, I will go to this team, then they will look to trade him to that team. But they're not going to just send him anywhere if he does get traded. If the Penguins are as bad as I think they're going to be this year, I think Crosby might really consider it this time because if he needs to stay healthy all year long and just have a monster year to keep the Penguins afloat, in my opinion. So New York Rangers coming off a down year last year. But despite that, they've had success against this Penguins team. They went 3-1 against them last year, 7-2 in the last 9 meetings, covering the puck line in 6 of the 7 wins. So the Rangers are taking care of business. 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over 5.5. I do think we get goals here. More on the Rangers side. Igor Shesterkin looking to have an improved year. Artur Silvos coming over from the Vancouver Canucks. He'll be starting in net in this one. We'll see how he does here. And we'll see if he is, in fact, the starting goaltender as we move throughout the season. 2 player props here for me in this one. First, Vincent Trocheck over half an assist, +135. One of those players that had a down year last year. Plays in between Artemi Panarin and Alexis Lafreniere. He is on the top power play as well. I think Trocheck has a bounce back season. I think he racks up the assist, +135. Great value with that one. And then also JT Miller, the new Rangers captain, obviously coming over from Vancouver, picked up right where he left off previously with the Rangers, 35 points in 32 games. A ton of success, 22 assists in those 32 games, had an assist in 8 of his last 10 games to finish up the season. JT Miller over half an assist, -115. And then Rangers power play props. I think there's a ton of value looking at Rangers power play props here, including your Adam Fox. I know his power play point prop, bear with me for a second, is a very good price, +260 for him to get a power play point. JT Miller +210, Panarin +160, Trocheck +325. There's definitely some value with him. I think the Rangers score some goals here in this one.
Yeah, I just didn't want to add so many props. I wanted to have like a side for each game, a prop for each game, just to have something for the first day. Could I have overloaded my card with a bunch of Rangers props? I could, but if the Rangers go and win 2-0 tonight, I'm screwed. So,
it depends because you can cash 2-3 props depending on what they are.
If I went and put 3-4 props on the Rangers, I could get screwed. But I decided Rangers puck line and Fox, and you got your props. So hopefully we can get some Rangers in this one, and then the Rangers will kind of take the next game off. So, but anyways, go Silvos. All right, Isaacs. Rags over, team total over, and the over. Sure, why not? Panarin over 1.5 points. Lafreniere over to get a point, and Trocheck over 1.5 points.
All on the same line, so it makes sense. If you like Panarin over 1.5 points, you're probably going to like those other two. So it makes sense to stack those together.
Yep. I did put the TikTok link in the chat, so make sure you guys are following that. And even more important, make sure you guys are subscribing to Terry Edelman. I put his link. I put his link in the chat. Guys, follow him on YouTube. He's doing shows every single day too. So make sure you guys are following both of those. Letang point and Erik Karlsson assist. I'm guessing they're on the same line.
Two defensemen, separate pairs, but yeah, if you like the two older guys on the Penguins defense, Karlsson is good offensively. Don't ask about his defense. So if he's going to produce for the Penguins, it's going to be on offense. So
Malkin point. Sure. Hi, Dad. How you doing? Good to see you. Crosby and Malkin both said they want to stay in Pittsburgh and to finish their careers, and I agree. Pens for life, absolute legends. They should. It would be wrong for them to get traded at this point. Raquel over 2.5 shots. I'm not. He's Pittsburgh, right?
Yep, top line with Crosby. Not a bad look.
Sure. Fun fact, this is a double revenge game for the Pens head coach against the Rangers. Okay. Ville Koivunen,
yeah. He's been on an assist streak, so plus 200. Robert's right. I believe he is on the top line as well because Brian Rust is injured. So that's another reason why it's going to be a rough go for the Penguins. You need to have all of your guys healthy. Yeah, it is Koivunen with Raquel and Crosby. So a good look.
And then over 1.5 for the first period. There you go. I'm going to quickly run through because there is a bunch of messages on TikTok. Marchand and Reinhart shot props. Sure. Chicago first period goal. Interesting take. Yeah, I think they score at least one. Who do you like for points on the Rangers? Panarin, JT Miller. I took Adam Fox. And you said Panarin?
Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere play together. And then Miller is on the top line with Zibanejad and Cooley. So any of those 6 are good looks.
There you go. Panthers belt ass. No. Is Russ still on the Penguins?
Yes, but injured.
Yes, but injured. There you go. How does Reinhart play today? Probably on skates. No, I think he probably gets at least a goal. Jack Flaherty over 4.5 Ks. No, I think he can get pulled early. Any first period total leans? I have the Blackhawks over a half in their thing. Honestly, I wouldn't hate a team total over or a over in the Rangers game. Do you think Jays sweep tonight? Yes. Just joined. Can you tell me why you like the Avs? We're about to go over that game in a minute once I'm through all the chat. Think he's hurt. Yes. Lost me at Chicago plus 1.5. Panthers winning by more than 2 goals. I'm going to say that the Blackhawks win outright tonight. There you go. Frank Nick near 0 point. Terry likes that one. What's up, Jake? Welcome. LAK are tough at home. We're about to talk over that game in a minute. Marty Natchez point or someone on the Avalanche besides McKinnon? We're about to jump into that game in just a second. Sergey over 17.5 goals saved. That's Bobrovsky. Yeah, I could see that. Any first goal props on any game today? I don't have a first goal. The only thing I like is power play point and Bedard point. So that. Flaherty, 3.5 strikeouts. I don't like anything to do with Flaherty today. I think he gets pulled early. But final game of the day. And we mentioned that Avalanche and Kings game. Avalanche now minus 120 with a total of 5.5. In terms of line movement in this game, the line opened up at a pick'em at minus 110, and it's moved its way to that 120 number. And that's with a little bit more of the money coming in on the Avalanche, but nothing too crazy. So it makes sense that the line's moving in that direction. I am going to be on Colorado tonight, and personally, I was able to get it at minus 110. So I got it a little bit of a better number. And I took Nathan McKinnon over a power play point. I kind of like that spot because you're going to get at least 1 or 2 power plays. I think they score on a power play. And and McKinnon's going to be involved in something tonight. And that was kind of a way to get a little bit of value on him as a power play point at plus 135. So I'm going with the Avalanche tonight. I'm going McKinnon power play point. Terry, I'll let you break down the final game.
Yeah, this one's interesting. So the Avalanche, they've dominated the Kings for a long time. 14-3-1 in the last 18 games. They've really played the Kings well. 2-1 last year. We have seen LA win the last two home games against Colorado 4-1 and 5-4. So they look like they're trying to start to end that domination. 8 of the last 10 games between these two teams have gone over 5.5. All 3 games today, we have very heavy over trends in the past. So we'll see if that continues here. If you're looking at Avalanche props, you could go the way Tim went with the power play point for McKinnon. You can also look at Arturi Lehkonen over half a point, minus 110, minus 115. He plays on that top line with McKinnon. And then if you like power play point props as well, Gabriel Landeskog, Valley and Nichushkin, both on that second line, but on the top power play, you can get them for minus 110 or plus 110 to get a point. So there's value on those guys for the Avalanche. For me here, my play is Anze Kopitar over half an assist, plus 120, plus 125. Announced that this will be his final NHL season. He'll be retiring after this year, starting the season at home here, and led the team in assists last season. I think he has a good final season. I think it starts here in game 1. Plus money for his assist prop, top line, top power play. And the Colorado Avalanche will be without their starting goaltender, Mackenzie Blackwood, who is injured, did not make the trip. So it'll be Scott Wedgwood or Trent Miner starting this game for the Avalanche. They have not yet confirmed. Darcy Kemper likely for the Kings. Like I said, I like Kopitar assist, and I also think this is a good spot to look at the draw. If you're looking at the draw, 3-way, I believe it's called 3-way money line on FanDuel. FanDuel is the best book to bet draws on. I think their odds are usually around plus 340. Other books like DraftKings, it's like plus 280. So there's definitely value. If you like betting draws, the game to go to overtime, you want to bet it at FanDuel. But I think if this game goes to overtime, I think it's a close one.
What did you say it was on FanDuel? The draw?
Plus 340 last time I checked.
It's 320 on DK, so it's close.
Oh, okay. Moved on DK. Okay.
There you go. I saw this on the YouTube saying, breaking news, Joe Flacco to the Bengals. And that is true. 51 minutes ago, Bengals get Joe Flacco and a 6th-round pick. The Browns get a 5th-round pick. What a trade. What a trade. Avs money line in the over. I can see it. I like the Avalanche tonight. Nashus assist. McKinnon over points. Lankinen point. Nichushkin point. Landeskog point. Kempe goal. Kopitar goal. And Byfield point. Man, I said that I was going to have a bunch of props tonight. Robert just goes fucking and goes all out. I'm going to go and grab a bunch of props. All right. Hey, and if I'm going to trust anybody, Robert's the guy. So I don't hate it. Go for it, dude. Real quick, there's a bunch of comments because there was north of 60 people in the TikTok chat. Anyways, Chicago 1.5. I like the spot for them. Fading the Panthers banner raising. Panthers have a bunch of injuries. I think Chicago comes in and plays this one hard. What happened to Shane Bieber over strikeouts? Short hooks. I'm not going to trust it. Do you lean under the Yankee game? Not really. Toronto sweeps. Yes. Seattle versus Detroit under runs. I could see it. I could see a 3-1 game. Over for this game, for the Kings game? Sure. Over Kings winning? No. How about Makar? I could see Makar. Otis, thank you for following the stream or the TikTok. Iceman likes the Colorado and Kings under. Hey, as long as McKinnon gets his power play point and Colorado wins, fine. Kings winning, no thank you. And that's all the chats there. Just joining, what do you think about the Blackhawks money line? Go for it, dude. Go for it. I feel like one of the big dogs are going to hit today, and I think Chicago's the one that's going to hit. It's either Chicago or Pittsburgh, and I think it's going to be Chicago that wins. Because I don't think we can have both Florida and the Rangers winning tonight. That's just me. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in pairing both of them up in a parlay. And I think the Blackhawks are the ones that ruin the parlay. Vegas is saying Blackhawks is not a bad bet, honestly. Yeah. How about wins tomorrow? I have not looked at tomorrow. Come back for the show tomorrow. I'll talk over all 4 of those games. Best thing in the world would be the Blue Jays winning today. I agree. Fuck the Yankees. But that is going to do it. Once again, make sure you guys are subscribed to Earle Sports Bets to pick some parlays. Follow Terry's channel as well. He goes live every single day. If you love player props, there you go. Terry's big on player props. I'm trying to get into them. I'm okay with them. But Terry's the one that makes the money off the player props. But I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll talk over more baseball, probably some elimination games. And we got 4 hockey games tomorrow, so we'll talk about tomorrow. We'll talk about those tomorrow. But that's going. By the way, Kojo, what's Terry's app? Terry is on YouTube under Terry Edelman Picks. So make sure you guys are checking him out. And somebody's asking Detroit Mariners Nerfy. I feel like that's heavily juiced, but sure. And somebody's asking Yankees money line when it clearly says Toronto money line right here. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.